Well, everybody, welcome back to episode 25, I believe I'm on, of my Let's Play of Torment Tides of, and I can say it's right, Numenera. Words, oh, we're not clear. I am IVATOPIA. Hey! Okay, we're here. Basically, we want to talk to this guy and ask him if he can help us, a machine make babies. What, apparently I have that to ask. We also got the device what I started the game and need to know how to fix. And I can ask him a general question about that. Why not? Tell me about the machine behind you, then we'll go to the important, meaty, gritty stuff. It makes levies. The Guardians of Sagus. He rubs his chin. Our records say that Divication found a similar device in the ruins of Aquapus far to the north. He convinced the city that a local version, a modified one, would be of use. Is this the machine that I'm on about now? In order to become a citizen, everyone in Sacred Cliffs, even the ones born here, gives a year of their lives to the machine. Wow. It uses that borrowed time to create a levy. Wow. So you shut anyone's lives, that's a bit, huh? That seems fair. It's an elegant way to survive. No one should be forced to give up their lives. What if someone only had 1 year to live? Would they die the second they entered the machine? No, he frowned. They never die in the machine, but it catches up with them a few days later. That doesn't happen very often. Sometimes I think the machine actually saves them, prevents them from meeting whatever fate was in store, but not always. Tiny amount. I don't know what these amounts mean. At any rate, the levies created by the machine are nearly identical, and they only last a year. After that, they quietly return to the machine and dissolve into his hands grip the air, trying to frame the words. Grey gunk is incredibly unpleasant to watch, but they don't seem to mind. So basically, do you saw that last episode when it's onto that what's his name? That clerk guy. Behind him, 3 guys. One said levies. So basically, people live here, give a year of their life, and that becomes a levy for a year, I guess. And they do that something, they die after that year into grey gook. Okay. That they deserve more than a year of servitude. I don't know that they deserve anything, he says. They're not alive in the general sense. They don't ask for time off or complain about the cold. They just serve their time and melt away. Wow. Anyway, that's the machine. Any other questions? Capophonies. Okay, one of the foremans is trying to create offspring, and I was told the other truth could help. Not the master foreman, I hope, he says, with a disbelieving laugh. One of him, it is more than enough. This sounds like something that would interest Sneffer quite a bit. Oh, Sneffer. Where's one of these? And when you head back to the underbelly, tell Master Ashton I said hello. Okay, so I'm looking for a Snaffen guy. I'm trying to repair the device known as a resistance chamber. You're what? Mingas, I thought that thing was a myth, and you're trying to repair it? Where is it? I'd rather not say. Ah, he says, his mouth twisting. Probably wise. Anyway, do you have any piece of the machine with you? No, I don't. What a shame. In all honesty, I focus more on traditionally powered machines. Salma has some experience. Salma, okay, I don't need that person. Spiritual organic machine construction, you might ask her about it. Okay, good. Because you wouldn't know what to do anyway. Oh well. So, come back anytime. So I need a Safa and who the other person is. Oh, this person was put down there. Who's Safa? Oh, the 2 I need. Beautiful. Oh, what's the name to you? I wonder if I get to rejoin. Right. Okay, so this is quite an interesting part. Let me save. If I can, I want to get to rejoin. Torpedo, I did, because 10, I think I did 9 last time. There you go.
Ah, you're still traveling with the ambling mood dampener. Good. One shouldn't become too ebullient.
Have the words, and you remind me how grateful I am not to see you every day. And you are indeed the some happiness. Fly flew on me. That distracted me. Where did that come from? And I lost a spot now because of that stupid fly. And you, indeed, the sum of happiness of my sisters has improved dramatically. Now cast off. If you wish to speak to me, I need to retain my sunny disposure, by which I mean lose this wrench. If you want me more, I'm up to your words. So in other words, it's you or him still. To their farewell.
Why not?
Fine, if you ever leave, so we'll do that then. Okay, so you for the robot.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
So, slouched before you is the figure clad in a dusty, unremarkable robe. Loose folds of rough cloth shift to reveal a vaguely humanoid form with elegant facial features and two elaborate biomechanical arms. You can't help but notice the size, the shape, and even the number of its digits changing as it tinkers with a bizarre-looking device. And okay, it's a robot again. It glances at you. Its eyes are the size of your palms. You realize it is a visitant, a being from another world. Oh. Greetings. I kind of wish he was facing this way, I could see his face. Greetings, fellow sentient. It says, nodding with his studied respect. It will be with you in a moment. The mechanical fingers, yeah, contract and fingers contract and dance impendently over the surface of the device before it adjusts and tightening. There I am, Sci-fi, guest of the Order of Truth. What brings you to my work spot? I didn't quite catch your name. How do you pronounce it again? It says, you are hearing a brief elision in my name, correct? A majority of component syllables are untranslatable or beyond human range of hearing. I will try to approximate them. It draws in a deep breath. Snarraga, with a brief poem about the ambient temperature of dust in moonlight here. Gansa, the word that describes a colour. Yeah, it's no unit, but it should be you. Colour similar to blue. Rapla, it shrugs. I prefer the name you people here. My name is all too common where I come from. Okay, tell me about yourself quickly. Your courtesy honours me. Good, so if he's happy, he might like to help me. Ching ching. It says, inclining its head. I came through the bloom from another world. To be absolutely honest, I was excited for inadvertent psychology and prevention. I would imagine that you are curious about my people's reproduction process at this point. It adds placency. I would happily describe. You want to tell me how you people have sex? What? I wasn't, but that sounds like an interesting topic. What? The more detailed. I don't want to annoy the guy, do I? Because I need his help. So the more detailed, the better. Seriously, it says beaming. No detail shall be spared. Oh crud! Well done. It is rather a complicated topic, however, so let me know when you're ready to speak at length. He seems very, he really wants to tell me, so it's kind of... Go in and bear it, and then hopefully you'll help me with the robot, since I listened to his story. One informant is trying to transfer energy into the children. Where are you from again? I'm ready to hear about your people's methods of... Fine. Deprived of the layers of sociology, complexity, the process is quite simple. The visitor says, at a certain age, my people ceremonially choose a limb for remove. What? You remove a limb because you want to have humpy. The limb is grown into a new being, children in our etymology. So you remove a finger and it becomes a new you. That's one painful way of doing it, I guess. It's science. This is where matters get more complicated. Okay. The selected part relegates the child to a caste. Armed children become labourers. Leg children become warriors. And head children, due to their sacrifice implemented in the creation, becomes... Wow. Okay, so if you cut your arm off, you get a labourer. If you cut your leg off, they become warriors. And if you cut your head off, because of the sacrifice, the fact that you're dead, you have no head, they become leaders. Wow. Sniffers studies its metal hands. As I suggested, the limbs were surrendered, do not grow back. In fact, those who replace their limbs insult their children and sin against the people. So you've basically cut your arms off and you've sinned against people. That's why you're here. This is where your biometrical arms come in, I imagine. Yeah, you are correct, it says, unfortunately. I surrendered my arms to create my children, it says. They grew to maturity and joined me in my study of various full-born Numenera. For a time we were happy. It lowers its eyes. Then I discovered a melted humanoid figurine. I did not know more than glance at its folded arms before it opened its eyes. That is the last thing I remember. I woke with the arms you see now. What? So you you saw something and it gave you the arms, and then apparently they probably kicked you out because they think you did it on purpose. My children think I had disowned them, disowned me, and my people were even less merciful. Ow. So basically you looked at him, this thing, and you passed out, woke up and you had mechanical arms, and they think you disowned them. Wow. That's harsh. I'm sorry that happened to you. It wasn't fair of your people to punish you for an accident. Small amount. Okay. I'm not sure it was. The visitor says carefully. My work was difficult at best. When I lacked arms, perhaps the artifact heeded my frustration and sought to ease it. Stephen shakes his head. A moment's weakness can cost you so much. At least I have found other ways to take my mind off the loss of my family and my people.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Yay, XP. It was only when I began visiting other worlds that I learned that most species do not reproduce by severing their limbs. You don't say? That would have been an awkward thing, wouldn't it? You know, I bet you in a bar. You want to go back and make a child? Like a family umbrella? Yeah. Okay, I'll get the sword ready. You what? What are you doing? We're going to have kids, aren't we? Pull your arm out. We're going to cut it off. That would have been a very awkward conversation. Says shaking his head. Discovery fascinated me, and so I began cataloguing the various methods of procreation found throughout the void. It was only when I found my way to Saga Cliffs, by way of the bloom, that I was offered a place to work here in the Order of Truth. And there you have it, the visitor says, folding his mechanical arms. Wow. Those arms of yours are interesting. How do they function? I'm not quite sure. It says raising them for your inspection. Extra digits whirl out of the mechanical palms in somewhat nauseating wave and disappear just as quickly. They seem to be as sentient as either of us, but obedient so long as I keep them busy. So you basically got symbiotes on you. So you really do what they want, but as long as you keep them busy, they're fine. I guess if you ever get bored, but then again, do you even have one of them? I was thinking, you know, if he started to wank, if he was bored, but does he technically even have one of them things? You know, a penis and all that, considering they cut their arms off to make kids. I would guess they wouldn't, since what function would it have? Other than play with yourself. This is going to be busy. Otherwise, they scramble about while I rest, touching things, picking locks, strangling the odd rodent. Wow, the visitor sighs. I force them to take up knitting. So we keep walking on him and just knitting while he's asleep. One of the forms trying to transfer in a minute. What's the device you're working on? A minor project of mine, it says, with a self-deprecating wave, something to widen the boundaries of my research. It scans for unknown reproduction process and displays them for the further study. Device clicks to itself. Something says, watch. A transparent image of two goat-headed humanoids appear over the device. At first it seems they are wrestling each other. After a moment you realise your mistake. They're humping, aren't they? Copulating Marag are fascinating. The visitor begins taking careful angle notes in unfamiliar language on the scroll beside the device. You're going to be rich. What sort of notes could you possibly be taking? Device, spies and creatures having sex. You should be ashamed. I don't want to annoy him. You're going to be rich. Why not? What? No, the visitor says. The device itself will not be for sale. I'm writing a book, however. Seven Tide. So he's writing basically a smutty novel. So this is their world's. What's it? The 50 Greys. 50 Greys. Yeah, it's 50 Greys, isn't it? No, Grey 50. What was that book? Was it famous recently? Well, not recently. A year or two ago. 50 Shades of Grey. That's it. 50 Greys. What the fuck am I talking about? 50 Shades of Grey. He's basically writing their version of that. But for the Animal Kingdom, apparently. One of the four. Okay, I read that. Tell me about your production process. Tell me about one of the research processes you find fascinating. Oh, this is going to be good. Coras, though they are brutal creatures formed from organic and inorganic substances, they do share certain characteristics. When by people, they do not have genders and reproduce by expelling an organic mass deep into moist, fertile soil. The mass eventually grows into an enormous being. Isn't that how orcs are supposed to be grown in certain fantasy things? Like Warhammer or 40k or something? You know, I can't remember, something like they spit them out and they grow or something, or they die and the blood grows. I can't remember what it is, something like that. If you know how what I'm talking about, please put in the comments so I know what I'm talking about. I'm sure it's for K-Orgs. We should retreat. Aaron hisses in your ear. This visit is filling my head with unwelcome images. Tell me that. Oh no. How do you people approximate? Where are you from? Okay. One informant, that's what I want. Transfer energy. Absolutely, the visitor says. Then pauses. I must regretfully ask for a smaller payment. 50 shins to cover. I hope I've got that left. I've got a feeling that's my shins. Is that my shins as I'm all thwarted? Please say that's not my shins. 50 shins to cover my expense. However, I am a guest here and not an Aaron priest. The city does not fund my research. I don't have enough shins. Ah, fudge. What a shame, the visitor says, looking away. Give me a second. There's a merchant out there. Probably better get some shins. Right, I'll be right back. Ugh, I can't believe I don't have enough shins. I think that is what I've got, 40, isn't it? I'm 10 short. Where does it tell me my shins? I don't know. One of these said the merchant, so... Merchant. We've been in navigation with it, mad. Oh, I want to sell something. Crap! Is there anyone I can actually buy from over here? So I don't have to... Aha, shot. I don't want to get a massive long conversation here. I want to see what that is later. Oh, tall, thin, and extraordinarily dressed older man stands in the shade of an extraordinarily crafted store. The colour and quality of his clothes are symmetry of harmonious coordination to wider expression of violent condescensions he gives you would be more at home at the face of the king. Good afternoon, he says, bowing slightly. I am Sergeant, and this is my store. Sounds fittings welcome. How may I be of service? What do you sell? I sell the finest city wear for descending men and women, as well as quality armour for those travelling. Yeah, okay, good. He clears his throat and directs your attention to a well-dressed mannequin wearing the badge of a city official. Also, it is our honour to have been chosen to provide the city of Simon's Cliffs with the official badge worn by the property. Credentialed city employees. You may trust in their trust as us. See what you have to sell. Okay, good. Okay, many. Okay, yeah, it must be that 40. So this is his stuff. That's pretty neat. This is my stuff. Are they a playing card showing a green child when you rub your... Show the class display an image. I got one extra of these and I need. So maybe this will go 18. Heals 8 points, so that's going to be worth keeping. Okay, I guess the only thing is get rid of one of these. Activate until next sleep, consumes movement. What does it do? 40% precision tasks. Knockdown. And consume movement to stand, activate 1 round. 13 physical damage. And refills user stat points. They're all good. Fudge. So what's this again? Details. Show a glass display an image of 3 strangely garbled children in a field. Sequence of them playing a simple ball game repeats itself after repeated viewings. There was a small child standing further away in the field. The 4th child is looking directly at you. The large eyes burn with fear. Oh crap, what did I do? No! Oh, sugar! I didn't mean to sell it. I was turning it off. Apparently I sold it. Crud, I was trying to detail that cell, not done. I didn't realise that. Playing card shows a grinning Melvin child. When you rub your thumb over the card, it triggers an adaptation illusion that changes the face of the card. But you can't discover the trick to getting specific card faces to reappear. Tides over the card frequently changes to one specific face, no matter how you activate it. Alone, a 4-armed figure wearing heavy armour, plunging into enemy lines with her own army watching from afar. I guess. Sell it. Need the money.
Alagern, you are lucky to have met me.
Why?
My thoughts exactly.
We're sharing thoughts? That's wonderful. Oh, listen. What am I thinking now?
I'm going to leave Alagern alone. Go.
Okay, let's just quit before we end this episode. Okay, we have your money. Here's the money. Excellent, the visitor says. Now let me ask you a few questions about the situation. Do you try to be accurate or the device I craft will be less efficient? Okay, great. First of all, as you know, this is an unusual case. Machine intelligence are rarely driven to create offspring. What does this foreman wish to Why? It's probably bored. It believes that children already exist and are waiting to be born. Yeah, I said that, didn't it? Doesn't everyone? I have no... Yeah, that one. Ah, prestation existence. It says recording your answer. An uncommon philosophy, but not unheard of. It also raised interesting questions about the reasons for the intelligence. Ah, infidelity. Why can't it create offspring if so obviously wants them? On to the second question. The visitor says, has it had any success in transferring its energy to its children? How long does it take the children to and aspire? Almost immediately. They never live at all. It's ridiculous. They're machines at children. I'm not sure. Almost immediately. It says, take another note. Final question. How are the foreman's intelligence stored? Void arrays, shield ray coils, or some other... Fudge, I don't remember that. It rings, I think. Crud. They are extremely old though, aren't they? This is going to mess me up if I ever get this wrong, isn't it? Raise sound right. I kind of wish there was, can I come back and check with you option? The other methods, they are old. Ah yes, the blessing and curse of Numenera. So unique and therefore so incredibly difficult to study properly. To classify them as they desire, it makes a final note. I shall do my best regardless. Good. At any rate, I shall get to work. This should not take long. I hope I've done it right.
My journal.
In short, here you are, something laying a heavy cylinder on the table with a magnetic click. In short, there is nothing wrong with Foreman's body, and it wants to have children, therefore something in the intelligence governing spirit. The sub-intelligence, if you wish, must be blocking the energy transfer. The visit departs the cylinder. Attaching to this device to the forum should disable the sub-intelligence defense. Good luck. Thank you. Farewell.
It's a plan.
Honestly, we'll talk to you next time. So I'm going to save it here. I'm going to end this episode, and I hope you enjoyed. And tune in next time when we will talk to her quickly about the machine, and we'll head back and hopefully make the forum have babies, and we'll find out about this mega. This is IVATOPIA. Say that, like and subscribe and that good stuff, and have a great day and a great week. And bye for everyone. Take care. Bye.